Yo, what's up, fellas? All right, so the market is definitely coming back. Now, I want to go over the few positions that I'm in really quick because I'm up a decent amount. Like, I'm not up too much. I've been taking my risk really light, but I want to go over a couple positions that I'm in and then kind of tell you guys like what to look for next or like coming up, I guess. So let's start off with market conditions. So to gauge market conditions, I use CompQX, and what I'm looking for is like because I'm a swing trader, right? So I need market conditions. Like I need things to be trending up for me to make money. I made a ton of money February to April. We can see the market was trending up. I made a ton of money from October to like kind of December, which we can see the market was trending up. And then I had a couple good trades during here, mainly just one, which was BBAI. You guys know all about that. I use that example all the time. But things weren't working too well, and that was kind of just an outlier. It ended up working, but in theory, I probably shouldn't have been trading during that period. But I did see something like that, so I was like, I'm gonna take it. Like it looks too good not to take. All right, so where we're at right now. Now I wait for the 10. So I have the 10, 20, and 50, 10, 20, 50, and 200 simple moving average on the daily chart. And what I look for is just for the 10 to cross above the 20. So it started to cross above the 20 here. I was like, oh shit, this might be the bottom. Market went a whole lot lower, went down 15% very quickly. Then we had a trade right here where I told you guys to go long, but I didn't have my options set up on my Webull, which was so annoying because I just made a new Webull account. I know a lot of you guys know that. Let me see if I can show you guys without showing you the positions. But I'm up like a couple $100 today. You can see that it's so small. Like I'm up $200 right now. Well, in total, I'm up like five something. Like my positions are so small right now that it's just like I'm not making any money. Even though I have $200,000, I'm not making much money, which is okay to me because I'm playing it very, very lightly. I'm being like defensive with my trading. It's not that I'm not trading at all, but I'm being very defensive. So just in case things don't go our way and things don't start turning around, I don't lose. Like I can only lose like a couple $100. But on the upside, I make a couple $100, and it's nice, but it's not much. Like this account, I'm very, very, very light on. This is like 0.1% risk. Like my total open risk is like fucking nothing, basically, actually, now because I have all my stops at break even. But yeah, so I wait for the 10 to go above the 20, and that is kind of my green light. And we can see the 10 went above the 20 here, the 10 went above the 20 here, but things still weren't really working. There wasn't much sign of anything. But today, the 10 went above the 20 this day, and today things are starting to work. We're getting some promising stuff. So this is the trade that I took today. Let's go over. Let me move my camera right here for you. How's that? So I took CEP. This is a random stock, really random, but it gained a lot of momentum. This thing went up 257% in about 3 days, which I was like, okay, that's interesting. And it started to build a range. So on the hourly, we got the higher lows here, and we got the lower highs. And what I did for this is I was like, oh, it's building a range. So last night, I went around right here, like this high on this candle, and I just like clicked around there, right click, create price alert, and that was that. So then it pops up here, and it basically tells me like, oh, CEP is crossing through that level. So I got a notification. You guys that were watching my live stream today, I live stream in the Discord, by the way. I'll put the link to that in the description of this video, but I got that, and I was like, yo, what's up? Like, I'm going to buy this. Like, I don't really like this too much because the market's not too promising yet. This hasn't really consolidated on the daily. It's only been a couple days, but it's got good momentum. Like, the setup on the hourly looks great. Made this big move, pulled back. It's holding the moving averages, putting in higher lows, lower highs. This thing's tightening up. The volume's dying out. Like, everything like I describe, how I look for setups on the daily chart is, like, this was lining up perfectly, but it was on the hourly chart. So I waited, and today's open was kind of weak, and then it broke through, and it broke through on relatively high volume. So that was right here about this candle when it broke through, and I got that notification, so I bought it. And now for this one, I just went over to Webull, typed it in. So down here in the bottom left, let me move this back over here. So down here in the bottom left, it tells me how many shares to buy, where my stop loss is, and how much that's going to cost me. So I followed, well, this is set to 1K risk, so that's about like 0.5% of my account, like my Webull account. But I just do in increments of that. So I just divided that by 10. It said like 250 or something, so I bought like 25 shares. Very small position because this is a $40 stock. 25 shares is not much money at all. But I ended up making a couple $100 off it, which I'm not mad. I'm definitely not mad. Um, but I'm up a lot more on like PLTR, Carvana, MSTR, QSG. I actually thought I was up a lot more than I am. I'm going to check up on that. I think I just have really small positions. But yeah, so pretty good setup. And I entered it right here. As soon as it was breaking out, stop loss goes at the low of the day, which pretty wide stops, about a 13% stop. But the ADR is 14.56. So, it could have room. It was struggling here for a little bit, like breaking through. It kind of pulled back. Like if we go here and look at the 1 minute. If you're staring at the 1 minute chart, you're going to be pretty concerned sometimes. So I bought it up here on this candle. I bought it somewhere around here, and it started to pull back, and some people were like, oh my god, it's gonna suck, and I'm like, whatever, it's low risk. I don't even care if this stops out. Built this range on the hourly. We can see that there. It kind of tightened up, or on the 1 minute, it kind of tightened up, built a range here, and then when it broke through here, I was like, we'll see. This might just, it's a small cap. It's a 419 mil market cap. It might just be like a piece of shit and just break right through again. But then it broke these highs, and I was like, damn, this thing might actually be going. And it just kept going, and now here we are at the end of the day, which, it's up from the entry. It's up about 21%. So currently I'm actually up, about 20% on this thing, which isn't bad. It's not the best. I was up like 30-something% around here, which was great. Yeah, it's like 37%, and I was like, damn, 37% a day? Nice. But yeah, so the market conditions are getting better. Things are starting to work again. You just have to know what to look for, and telling you guys what to look for, I could break all that down in this video, but I already did that. My last two videos are pretty much a full breakdown of my strategy, so make sure to go watch those if you have not already. That'll tell you a lot, and I am going to release a series. It's going to be like a start to finish, like a full guide. So if you guys do want to see that, let me know. But yeah, I think I'm just going to post these yapping videos. I fuck with it. I don't know. You guys seem to as well. So PLTR, this is another one I bought. Now, looking at the market conditions, we can see the market's been going straight down, right, from mid-February, late February to April. What is it now? It's April. Okay, so to the end of April. And then we have PLTR, mid-late February. It was kind of going down. Definitely was. But overall, it was putting in these higher lows. And I'm like, hold up. Wait a minute. This thing is looking good. Yeah, sure, it's getting some resistance. It's getting that chop with the market. But if we look at the moving averages, this ain't looking too bad compared to the market. This is below the 200. All these are declining. And then we have PLTR where these are holding up. The 50's still going up. These started to curl up. Everything was looking good. And then it broke out this day. And I was like, damn. So I came over. I think I was on the 1 minute buying this. But anyways, if you were to buy this on the 5 minute, it'd be the same concept. So as soon as this candle opens, right, this is the 5 minute opening range high, buy it right here. So this is the high. You buy it as soon as the high is broken, and stop loss goes at the low of the day, which is a 2% stop. You can put 50% of your account in this while risking 1%. Obviously, I didn't do that. I'm not going to put $100,000 into this stock right now during these market conditions. It just doesn't make sense to me. When things start working again, yeah, I'll have $100,000 positions. That's normal. But right now, I'm not going to have that. It's too much. I'll have a couple $1,000s. I think I had I don't know, 10K in it. I've taken some profits on it, obviously. But as this went up, once I was up 5 times my risk, my entry being somewhere around here, I was up 5 times my risk. I think on this day, yesterday, that's when I took some profits. And I told you guys, hey, I'm taking profits. I told you guys when I bought it. You can literally just follow exactly what I'm doing if you really want. But yeah, and I thought this was just holding up very well. It's been a very strong stock, and I was like, I'm pretty interested in this, and I bought it, and it's doing great. In total, I'm up 18% on it, which isn't crazy, but understanding that you can have 50% of your account in this position safely, that is not too bad, So I didn't put 50% of my account in this position, but if I did and I was up 18%, that's, what is that? I'd be up 9% of my account, 200 grand. I don't know how to even, let's calculate that. 200,000 times 1.09 on this Webull account. I could have been up $18,000. That's something to think about. That's obviously not the case here, but when the market does get better and I do start increasing my risk, that's the type of money you can make from this. So I just want that to be known. And then, so PLTR is one that I bought. MSTR, I actually bought this, I bought it this day and I got stopped out, and then I bought it again this day because this volume was very good intraday, and it was totally just going higher. And there was also a setup on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was coming out of a good range. So they just buy a bunch of Bitcoin. So does CEP that I figured out, and they merged with some company that does that. But yeah, they just buy a bunch of Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin has setups and this starts to like look similar, that's when I'll buy it. Like, you guys remember Bitcoin coming out of, the long breakout last time, and this thing went up 258%. So it moves a lot faster than Bitcoin. And because Bitcoin had that setup, I believe that MSTR was good. So it's more like a contextual play rather than it is like an actual setup. Because here, looking at this chart, there's not much. I treaded very lightly with this because of that. I do like when they both have setups, and in this case, it didn't. So my risk is lower. But I am making money on this. My stop is at break even. I have not made much, and I have not taken much profits because I haven't made much. Carvana, this is another one. Actually, I think MSTR I was supposed to sell. No, it has earnings tomorrow after hours. I'm going to sell this tomorrow before market close because I don't really want to hold it through earnings. Maybe I could. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it. And then we have Carvana. This is the same thing. It was breaking out this day, and it's doing okay. It's not the same thing, but it's like it had a setup, and it was breaking out that day. The setup is very mediocre, but it was breaking out, and it failed pretty quickly that day. I was like, I don't really like this too much. And then it started going higher the next couple days, and I'm like, I'll just keep it. No point. It didn't hit my stop, but it's nothing impressive at all. So I'm not worried about this position. And then QSG, very thin stock. There's not much money in this. And when I say thin, I mean like if you go and look at the 1 minute, yeah, shit like this. Like there's no volume on a lot of these candles. Like I don't have much money in it, so it doesn't matter. But this isn't a position I could put like even like 10, 20K. Like that would even be too much. So a stock like this, when you look at the intraday chart and there's no volume, like I consider this thin, and I wouldn't trade that. But it had a great setup, and I was like, I'll take it. And look at it. It's up 40-something% from breakout. So it's like, why not? Let's see. CEP, PLTR, Carvana, MSTR, and QSG. So those are my current positions. And I'm doing good. They're all doing good. Obviously, today I'm not up that much money. Today alone because, the market kind of gapped down and then came back up. But overall, over the last, week or so, I've been doing pretty good. Like, I made a couple grand, which, don't get me wrong, that's not shit on a $200,000 account. But also 200K isn't that much, and it'll get better. Like, as things get better, I will increase my risk, and we will do a whole lot better. And you guys will see. I'm going to grow this account. I plan to take it to at least $1 million by the end of this year. And yeah, so looking at what to look for next is going to be these AI stocks. I like these AI stocks. I do like a couple of the quantum computing names. This was a great trade today, which I actually didn't end up taking. I'm a little upset about that, but it's okay. I'll go over this setup and this strategy in another video. Just keep watching my stuff and keep giving a good reaction. As long as you guys like this, I'll keep giving out more info. But yeah, GRR, this is another one to look at. There's a couple here, but mainly these AI stocks. I'm liking how they're picking up. So we have HSAI. I don't know if that's actually AI. Saddle, this is a good one out of aerospace. Aerospace is a good group to watch right now. UAMY, it's okay. Tempest AI. I like this one. It's gaining some good momentum. Maybe it can set up here. Maybe it'll go a little higher before it sets up. FFAI, it's down in the gutter, but it's a small cap. It's a little bit thin. It's not the best. Just kind of keeping an eye on it. TMC is another good strong stock out of basic materials. BBAI, another great one out of AI. MBOT, I don't know what they do, but this is some sort of robotics thing, I think, which also leads me to look at RR. This has been putting in higher lows for a while, while the market was kind of taking a turd. So this is interesting to look at. This is something I definitely want to keep my eye on. It is a cheaper stock. These are cheaper, thinner stocks, a lot of these. But they're holding up well. Growl, this is gaining a lot of momentum recently. This is up like 80% or something. Maybe we'll see if this sets up here. Maybe we'll see if, TEM sets up here. Like, a lot of these are looking like they could be wanting to set up here. Pony, this is another great one. Went up 180%, ran into the 50, and now it might set up. Maybe it sets up here, and we can get a good move out of it. But this is also an AI stock, and not only is it an AI stock, but it's in rental and leasing services, which is what CAR is in. This one has been doing very well as well. And the leader of this group would be Hertz. So Hertz made this big move, 120. Actually, Pony might even be. Pony might be the leader just based on the magnitude of the move, and that it's AI. So this is something to look at. But, AIs, I'm looking at some rentals and leasing services like Hertz Car, and then some of those aerospace stocks, and I don't know, some quantum computing, not too much else, some robotics, like kind of the same stuff we were looking at before the market turned into a piece of crud. But yeah, hope that helps. And as a reminder, you guys don't have to be a genius to do this. Just recognize a pattern. Go through these scans. So I give you guys my layout, which I'll put in the description of this video again. But I give you guys a layout. So go through 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month gainer. And find stocks that are making big moves up. Wait for them to build setups. So if you find something that's making a good move up, it looks like it's stronger than the majority of the stocks in the market, and you're interested in it, then put it on a list. I put them here on the flagged list. And then after that, if they start to build a setup, I put them here on the focus. So these are usually ones that are either very strong or are starting to build ranges already. Like this is building a good range. This is starting to build a range. Want to keep an eye on it. Potentially starting to build a range, also very strong. Like it just keeps going and keeps going. So these are the ones that I would pay more attention to. And then these are the ones that I'd kind of just, they caught my eye going through the scans. Because obviously there's a decent amount of items in the scans. I'm not going to keep them all there. Some of them I want to put on a list and actually pay attention to them. So yeah, hope that helps. Little update. If you guys like these little updates, let me know. All right, peace out, bro.